this is Gloria Capola from Massage Pro CE, and this is Massage School. I've created some video clips for you in order to help you master some of the techniques that maybe you've learned along the way but can't quite remember exactly how they were performed, or maybe you just need a different approach. So I hope you enjoyed these clips, and if you have any questions, please contact me, and I hope to see you at a continuing education class sometime in the future. Thank you.
Okay, today I want to talk a little bit about craniosacral therapy because I've been getting some questions about it and people wanting to know a little bit about the techniques and how they work. Craniosacral therapy is actually a very light, non-invasive type of touch. It can actually be done through clothing, so you can do it anywhere at any time. It's very, very gentle, and what we're doing and we're learning in our trainings is how to palpate, how to feel a rhythm that the craniosacral system has, which is similar to a flexion and extension, or a filling up and emptying out of the fluid as it comes up through the cranium, back down the spine through the dural tube to the sacrum. And so a trained therapist can feel if that rhythm, that pulsing, is vibrating too much, or if it's asymmetrical in some way, and that helps guide us to some of the things that may or may not be happening in your client's body. So there's a variety of techniques that we learn, and we do something called listening stations where we place our hands on different parts of the body. And what we're doing in these spaces is actually evaluating that craniosacral rhythm, where we're feeling this filling up and emptying out feeling. Like this. And it's happening all the time in our body, even though you can't feel it. And then the trained therapist is going to learn how to release regions in the body where we're engaging with the fascia, and we're tuning into that as well as the craniosacral rhythm, and we're unwinding those spaces, we're opening those spaces, and often our hand is not even moving, but the client deep down in their body may feel all kinds of movement happening, and they're often surprised that your hand's not moving very much. We also start with a very, very light pressure, what we call 5 grams of pressure, or the weight of a nickel. But as the tissue begins to release, we might actually be sinking into the spaces even deeper. Now, it's called craniosacral because we come up to the cranium too. We're not just working in the sacrum, we're not just working anywhere along the spine, we're also working the cranium, but we could be working a big finger or toe as well, so keep that in mind. So one of the holds that I even like to just start with my clients in a massage is I have their head in the palm of my hand is nice and soft. I bring the other hand on the frontal bone, just light and soft. Now, what I'm feeling for is this fluid, this rhythm coming all the way up into the cranium and back down and out. Now, if I feel like it's not moving in one direction or the other, then I'm going to intentionally ask this cranial rhythm to begin to flow better and to open up the spaces that might be restricted. I find that this simple frontal occipital hold is also very relaxing for clients. So if you get that client that's on the table that can't get out of their head, I'll just bring my hands here, hold and wait. 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. And as you're trained to tune into this and to connect with the connective tissue, you might be engaging a little bit. We're doing a little fascial work, which is what I'm doing in his neck right now, to get that opening in that space so the fluid flows more freely up into his head, into the cranium. Client's breathing often changes. And you begin to watch them just kind of relax and sink in, and actually some will even fall asleep. You might even begin to feel heat or other movement or sensations, and your client might as well. So there's many levels of craniosacral therapy that one can study. Takes them into advanced techniques and other things that are called Somato-emotional Release, where you're working with more of the cellular memory that is stored in the tissues. Now you notice how his head's starting to tip here a little bit to the right. He's actually going through a little bit of fascial unwinding while I've got him in this hold. So I'm not bringing him into this move, I'm following him into this move. And so what clients will often tell me, besides feeling relaxed, is that they can feel that the spaces in their neck are opening, they get more mobility, more range of motion when they stand up. Some people will tell me they not only feel this all the way down their spine, but they feel it all the way down their feet. And so I'm just monitoring where he's going, following him into these moves, as his body, his inner wisdom, knows how to open up these spaces to bring balance to the craniosacral system. How you doing there? Good. Notice how his voice got nice and soft. So the parasympathetic nervous system just begins to kick in, relax. And the body goes into nice, deeper spaces. So for me as a therapist, why do I like craniosacral? Well, it's easier on my body in some ways because I don't have to always be using my fingers and my thumbs and using pressure. But I've also found that I've gotten profound therapeutic releases for body that have been in long-term chronic pain. Great for headaches, one of the best techniques I have found for helping people with headaches. It's also helped people with temporomandibular joint dysfunction. I've had clients with tinnitus, and so a lot of the work that we do up and through the head has helped alleviate that. People that have sinus problems and congestion, it could be, some of the bones in here are really compressing on those sinus passages, and so maybe that helps relieve that. Great results for neck problems, back problems, digestive problems, and I've also utilized craniosacral therapy a lot for children. It's a great technique for children, autistic children. I've had children with cerebral palsy, and I've seen fabulous results. So check into a training near you and see what it does for you as well as your clients. And I hope you enjoy craniosacral as much as I do.